So this is my sales report for October 29th through November 4th. The total sales were $1,699.76. First thing that sold last week was these Jimmy Crystal eyeglass frames, and these have little Swarovski crystals all around the rims. They sold for $16.79. The next one is a slide rule, and I think I bought six of these, and the first few sold really quick, and yeah, this one took. I think I bought them originally about 2 years ago, so this one has been sitting in there for about 2 years. Next is a piece of outsider art, and this is this is a really sad one. I don't know why I find it so sad, but it's titled "Birthdays Without You," and it's a little girl or a young woman, I would say, that is laying on her bed crying, and it sold for $131. Next thing that sold, this is still the October 29th, was a sterling silver ring. This has the Mayan calendar on the front of it, and this sold for $49 to someone in the global shipping program. These next three were all sold to the same person, and the first one would be say a pewter bird ring. The bird's wings kind of extend over two fingers. And it used to sell a lot more jewelry, but I haven't been able to source as much of it. The next one here is, again, to the same person, is an iridescent bead necklace. And this is, it's a little bit, it's got kind of a different, the photos really don't do it justice. It looks a lot nicer in person. And the next one is a heavy sterling silver. Now, this person who bought all these was a really nice lady, but she asked so many questions about this necklace. Are they real pearls? How do you know? Is there stamps? Can I get extra pictures? It all worked out, but I guess it just comes with the territory. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I think it's called Weisterspach, and they're these little red mugs, and usually, you can find them. I find them probably like once or twice a month, and whenever I see them, I pick them up. But this one was like a little Scotty dog on there, and I got $15 for it, and I probably could have got more, but shipping on mugs, I've not really narrowed it down, so I always charge a medium flat rate box, which is it's $13. So this person paid $28 for this mug. Up next is a My Little Pony, one of the original. I just got a whole bunch of these last week. I paid 99 cents a piece for these guys. Actually, I think these were 50 cents a piece, but they were all from 80, 85 and up. And this is Twinkle Eye, sold for $18. This next one is a 18 karat gold necklace. I've sold this quite a few times. Actually, I've sold it 3 times. One time the person didn't pay. The next time the person got it, didn't like it, sent it back. And I just sold it now, and this one sold October 21st. So it's an 18 karat gold curb chain necklace. It's 12.75 grams, which means that scrap at the time it sold, I believe, was $389. And getting any more than scrap on eBay it's pretty tough. If you can do better than scrap and get 20% over to cover your fees, you're doing pretty well. I try to get it 20% over the spot price, so that may I'm making 3% more than I would if I would just scrap it. I just sold another My Little Pet Shop. Okay, up next, again, we have some more eyeglasses. Up until last year, I really didn't sell eyeglasses. I didn't even think there was a market for it. But I sell quite a bit of eyeglass and sunglasses now. So this one's a Burberry, sold for $15.50. This one here is a sterling silver artisan. It's got tiger eye in there. This one was a cool one. It's more, I think it was more handmade. Somebody was doing some wire wrapping. Next is a cast iron door knocker. This one was pretty cool. This one sold for $29.99. I live in Chicago, so I find quite a bit of sports memorabilia for the Chicago Bears, and this one was an autographed Brian Urlacher pitcher, and it sold for $55. Up next, we got the vintage cufflinks. Again, I used to buy a lot of jewelry, and they would come in lots, and this was just something in there, and this sold for $12.50. Generally, when I'm perusing through the Goodwill, I come across Arthur Court quite a bit, and if you see, Arthur Court is sells a lot of, like, I guess it's either like cast aluminum, I believe is what it is, but some of his stuff can go for big money. This one didn't. This one sold for $21. Another name to look out for is Limoges, or Limoges is what I say. Not too sure if I'm saying that correctly. But this is a pair of little like mashed potato bowls is what I would say, and $36. Up next, we got, I bought these as a lot as well. It's a bunch of wrestling figures, and I think I paid, what was it? Maybe like $9 for, I got at least 50 of them. And this is the Edge, sold for $5.99. Next one is a vintage rosary. This one was marked Jerusalem, so it sold for $8.99. This is the second necklace that sold this week. It was an 18-karat gold rope chain. This one weighed in at 5.87 grams and sold for $215. These are a pair of vintage Ray-Bans, Ray-Ban Rituals sunglasses, and they sold for $15. Sometimes you can get more with Ray-Bans, but the Rituals don't seem to sell for that much. This is a vintage Notre Dame Kennedy pin. This is not the original pin. This is a remake, still vintage, sold for $11.99. This one was a cool sale. It's an antique. So I bought these. This week, and I put them up. So I put them up on November 1st, and November 2nd they sold for $37. It's a set of 5 forks from Rogersboro. It's super important to know what the name of the pattern is, because if you know the pattern, you can get $37 for 5 forks. If you don't know the pattern, then you're just banking on someone going through all the listings and finding it, which it just doesn't happen. This is a jiu-jitsu shirt. It's like a parody off Coke products. It's called Choke. Sold for $8.99. And here is a Canadian maple leaf keychain, sold for $6. Then we got another Chihuahua Littlest Pet Shop, sold for $3.59. And here are some doorknobs that are, it's kind of like, it's made to look like they're antique, but it's kind of like, I don't know if you'd say Pottery Barn or what, but there's 3 of them, they sold for $30. Up next is an antique pocket watch chain. So this is white gold plated, and it sold for $19. Here's another example of some flatware. So this is Echo Eterna Canoe Muffin, and there was 4 forks and 2 knives, and they sold for $23.99. just recently I bought, I think it's about 300 of these little, they're called dart flights, and they're like the little things that go on the end of darts. And I got about 300 of them for about $12. And they've just been selling, just little by little, little money. And these two, one of them was a Michelob beer, and the other one is Old Style. And the two of those sold for $7.78. This is an antique wooden candle box. And I have a few of these that go for big money, but this one, that it's just not ornate. It doesn't have any cool designs on it. This sold for $40. Cowboy belt buckle. Now some of these I guess can sell for big money. I haven't found any, but this one I was happy to get $20. Lastly, we have a Desco ware, which is similar to the Le Creuset or Le Creuset. And this is a 5-quart Dutch oven. And this one sold for $53.99. And that's all that I've sold this week. As you can see, it's not much of you know, most sales are not big sales. It's just the stuff that gets you through. So, all right, thank you.